Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome, glad to have you here. Oh, look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee. You sure? It's cultist coffee. What makes it cultist coffee? I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it. Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Hey, good morning. I've got my fashionable blue glasses on this morning again. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the office. Welcome to my home. Got that out of order. Welcome to my home. Welcome to the office. Welcome to the morning grind. We had so much fun yesterday. I wanted to give everybody an opportunity who might not have been able to get in to do some more diplomacy learning this morning. So I put out to the community tab on YouTube for members the link to the Backstabbr game. I learned a few things yesterday. I learned several things yesterday that I want to share that I think will make this go more smoothly. That's been what this is all about. So if you are a channel member, I'll put the link publicly here in just a moment. But if you're a channel member and you want to claim a spot, of course, you can do this. This is learning. So, if you're doing something else, you can log into that and learn the interface and what exactly goes. Because there's two different layers. There's learning how to play the game, and there's also the interface as well, right? So we can do both of those. So I'll put that publicly here in just a moment. But first of all, if you're a channel member, please go over there and you want to play. That is in the membership community tab right now. So let's see. So please, I just put also a link here. I actually think this might be a good way to go with, I was thinking maybe we could play some other games here in the morning on the morning grind, because actually this has been a lot of fun, but I know that everybody can't play during the morning grind, but it's a good way to learn and see something being played. Like we ought to do, oh, not, I get diplomacy on the brain. We ought to do, what's the card game? Oh, Dominion. Dominion. We ought to do Dominion. I knew it started with a D. That's why I was thinking diplomacy. We ought to do Dominion next, because I've got Dominion built out on the online, built out using playingcards.io. And if you haven't ever played Dominion, we should take a look at that and do that, because I have that built out and it's fun. It is also a fun game. It's a deck building game. So if you would like to play, I put the link in here. Yep, I just put that link. Good morning, Stray. Good morning. Good to see you. Click here, and then I want to get that started like now. I meant to send out emails yesterday, but I got doing some other things and then wasn't able to get quite to that. I've got a hard out at 10:30 in less than an hour today. Less than an hour now. It's been an hour show, 55 minutes. I've got a hard out because I'm headed over to a winery this at 10:30. So I'm headed over there. So I've got to get off of the stream at 10:30. We've got a little bit of time. So RavenCon right here. Tonight, we are talking about action and myth. This is Truby. So on, hey, and Stray just gifted a membership. So thank you very much, Stray. Who did that go to? Thank you, Stray. S. Becker. Oh, S. Becker just got one. Oh, S. Becker was at the test of RavenCon, the Session 0 test. So S. Becker is really fun to hang out with. He might want to play diplomacy with us. I see him occasionally on the morning grind. Came by the other day. So thank you very much, Dre. Let's see. Oh, I know. Actually, now that I'm looking at this as well, I'm noticing that we've got I went to quite a bit of effort to put together the membership badges. So you should be seeing people's badges increase. It looks like Stray has got quite a few different different charges on his shield now. Everybody should be seeing upgrades. I've noticed on other channels that they just still have the stars, but I was like, no, if I'm going to do that, like, custom membership badges. Well, I want to do that. So I made those up the first time. So when I made up all of the memberships, so I thought that would be cool. So we have something special here. But anyway, John Truby, tonight we are talking about action and myth. Hey, good morning. Hey, Michael, you want to come in again? So I'll let I'm going to go ahead and post this here now. If you're a channel member, I posted that so that everybody had the first shot at it. But if you are here, you want to join the game right here. I'll put the link right here. That's just in that just went into the chat right there. So if you'd like to join, please come in. Yep, I'm in. So here we go. I've got yep, I'm here. So anyway, John Truby, let me go ahead and post this link too. Or we're not, John Truby's not on, but Doug and Brianna and I are going to be talking about the chapters on action and myth. Action and myth. The genres of action and myth tonight on Table Talk. That's on its own channel. That'll be at 7 o'clock Central. Right there. Oh, the comment, the link did not take. There we go. So that's going to be fun. I've still got a little bit of reading to do when I come back this afternoon. But the chapter on myth I found to be very interesting and very relevant to what is being said with what Doug has said with the Heroine's Labyrinth, and also some of the things that we've said about the hero's journey. So I think that's going to be very relevant to our ongoing conversation. Okay. Let's see. I want to show a couple of things that I think I figured out as far as Backstabbr goes. I got really obsessed. So if you want to join, I put the link in here. The Backstabbr link. Here, I'll copy it again. You should be able to find join the diplomacy game. Okay, Michael's coming in. Michael was playing yesterday and was figuring things out, because this interface, it does allow you to give illegal orders, which means the order fails and things like that. So you have to kind of getting used to the interface, and there's also getting used to running used to the game. So let's see. See, that's well, I didn't ever seen this. So that says turns missed 4. So when for some reason when I fell into civil disorder or something like that, I was missing turns and didn't even know it. So I guess that's a negative on your on your, like, if you care about your major rankings here, like when you don't know what's going on and you start missing turns or something, or if you care about like your major rankings. But what I was trying to do is, like, let's see. No. Oh, by the way, so I did realize that this does email you. You can change up what email you've got associated with this, because I realized after I had when I got off the morning grind yesterday that I had a whole bunch of emails. Now that's good. So that does about each turn and each resolution of each turn, which that's good, because if you are playing by post and you're not just playing, directly, like we were playing yesterday, it does email you to say that turns have been adjudicated and all of that. Yeah, okay. Michael says, yeah, I got 30 emails. So you can disable that or send it to another. But when you're not, but if you're disable that, I guess, if you're playing, basically live, face to face. But it is good that the system notifies you that, hey, it's time to log back in. The turn has been adjudicated and all of that. How do I get back? Okay, I guess right here. So we got public and private. Okay, but we've got adjudication. So adjudication here. Okay, this said, by the way, that like we were talking about, the only reason I'm able to change things here is because I'm the game master, because I created the game. And ordinarily, well, I think I've got him. I think I've basically got him. Ordinarily, if you were a player in the game, you can't make adjustments to it if it's a public game, but you can if it's a private game. So that's why I could still make adjustments to it, because I said, hey, this is a private game. You can only get to it if you've got it. I've sent you the code. It's not a public game that anybody can join. So that's why I'm able to kind of change things up about the game before, even once it's been created. This is first turn length. So I was trying to learn about, okay, that some games, every turn is going to be adjudicated every 15 minutes, and then winter retreats would be adjudicated in half of that. Winter and retreats, winter builds and retreats adjudicated in half of that. But some games will allow you to have extra time on the very first turn for negotiation and alliance. So that's what this is right here. And then the first adjudication time is whenever we would first adjudicate this. Now, we can manually make adjudication go through. I'm going to show you. Begin the game automatically when full. That's an option. Do not process over the weekends is an option. None of that matters for right here, because this is just a test one. So fast adjudication says immediately adjudicate as soon as all players have submitted orders, removes the ready to adjudicate checkbox. This is kind of important because I didn't understand this last time. Immediately adjudicate as soon as all players have submitted orders, because there was that submit button. And a couple of times what I did was send all my orders, but it didn't save, because then I went to a different screen or something like that. And then I came back and I had to issue my orders again. Go ahead and submit your orders. But because that's basically saving. Okay, submit saves orders. But then there's a checkbox down there that was ready to adjudicate. And I thought that that was something that just I had because I was the game master. But I think that's not true anymore. And Michael can verify this, that I think that everybody had everybody had that box, because you can issue your orders and hit submit in order to save them. But that doesn't mean that you're ready to adjudicate those orders. You're still waiting until that time. But if you know that your orders are going to be final, you're like, all right, that's exactly what I'm doing. You can hit ready to adjudicate. And then if everybody's hit that button, then it will go ahead and adjudicate those orders and won't wait once everybody's hit that button. Fast adjudication means immediately adjudicate as soon as all players have submitted orders, removes the ready to adjudicate box. That means that you can't like submit your orders to save. Like, okay, I'm submitted, but we're not adjudicating for another 6 hours. So I'm going to just save those and I'll come back and look at them in 3 hours. Because if everybody hits submit, then all of them are adjudicated. So Michael said, I had the fast adjudicate. Yes. Yeah, I did that a lot yesterday. Okay. So there is also, okay, so we'll get back to that in just a moment. So that's what I thought. I thought that was a game master thing, but that's an everybody thing. So that's how that works. Early adjudication extra time ensures that early adjudication never causes the next adjudication time to be earlier than the previously turn's scheduled adjudication. That means you won't accidentally get earlier. Like if you're adjudicating at noon every day, if you're doing like a daily game and we're adjudicating at noon, then if everybody has submitted by like 8 o'clock in the morning and it adjudicates, it doesn't mean that it'll be 8 o'clock in the morning for the next adjudication. That means the next adjudication will still be the next day at noon. So you'll have extra time for that turn. And I like that because that means that if you just know that, okay, we're always adjudicating at noon, you don't have to, oh my God, wait a minute. Everybody, we had early adjudication. And so now our time for the next turn is moving up or something like that. So you can resolve and adjudicate a turn early at any time, but that doesn't mean that you are advancing the adjudication time for others, if that makes sense. Hey, good morning, Charlie. Hey, you want to come in and try this out, Charlie? I put it, check the link up above to join the game. And I think the other button was a game master option that allowed me to adjudicate right now. Year end options. So you can indicate what year this will end in. And I was watching last night. I got watching diplomacy games last night. Okay, fantastic. Come on in. And the longest, I was watching a commentary on the longest game of diplomacy that has ever been played. It went for, I think they said 105. Was it 105 or 115 years of in-game time? So if you look up like the longest, let's see, the Eternal War diplomacy. Yes, the longest game ever played. So these guys commentated it. And, I was watching some of this yesterday, but like this is 3 hours or 3 hours and 22 minutes worth of commentary just on turns 1901 to 1910. And it just goes on and on and on. And they played for 3 years. They played for 3 years, over like 3.5 years. And somebody was saying in the comments time, and they did it with completely public press, which means all of your commentary. On July 2012, 7 players joined the World Cup final game on webdiplomacy.net, ready to duke it out for that year's trophy. The war they waged lasted for over a century. And in fact, they said, okay, fantastic. Right. Yes. It would be like if World War I had become the 100 Years' War and had been fought for 105 years, like up until now. World War I was just now ending. But it lasted for so long in the real world that they had to delay the next year's World Cup because the last year's World Cup was still going on. They were still fighting it out. And it just kept going on and on and on. And it was done with complete public press. And people in the comments were saying the press, all the comments, that was completely public. And so people were saying that you can go back and read all of the, which means that nobody could individually message another player. All the commentary had to be done publicly. So you can go back and read that. And they say there's like 600 pages. If you want to watch people, they said, descend into insanity over a course of 3 years as they play this game. Well, Michael says there are some that say that's just about true. So that's why there's an end year now. That's an end year now. So that's why that's there. So you can't accidentally sit here and play for 3 years. If you know 3 years of real time. Okay, so we got 3 people. We got Charlie, we got Michael. Okay, so that means I'm going to play I'm going to hit begin game so we can go ahead and get on with this because I got about 40 minutes. Begin the game. I know the game's not full. That's okay. Begin anyway. Okay. So in this, obviously, we're I got the setting here set up so that if I wasn't live streaming, we would know who was in the game, probably under info. Like we have players, players down here. So you would know who was in the game, but you wouldn't know who was playing who. Now, obviously, I'm playing France right now because I'm live streaming. But I think this is a good way to go. That way you know who you're playing with. I mean, you could do it completely anonymously, but know who you're playing with, but you don't know who is who. So if you're communicating entirely through the press, you don't have a bias but about knowing who the particular player is. Michael says, shall I reveal who I am here? Or are we playing anonymously? Well, it's impossible for me to play anonymously here. This is still training. So Charlie says, I'll have to relearn this game. It's been years, but super fun. I know. I like watching that Eternal game. I was like, well, first of all, this is like a sport. Like I don't watch a whole lot of sports commentary, basically none. But watching those guys commentate the game of diplomacy, I was like, now this is a sport I can get behind. And then also, I felt like the people who watch chess a lot. I know how to play chess, but I don't play chess, But I had a roommate who was really into chess. And the people who are really into chess are really into it. And they'll watch games commentated and all that kind of stuff. And so it kind of felt like that. Okay, so it looks like next adjudication would be in 2 hours and 23 minutes at 12:15 p.m. Okay, today. But we should be able to do this faster. All right. I'm England. Okay, Michael has got Turkey. So Michael's be playing Turkey. Charlie, who are you playing? Is anybody playing England? Let's see. Well, you're randomly assigned. So you were randomly assigned someone. Like I was randomly assigned. So if you go to orders, you should see like your color here. I didn't choose France. That's just a part of diplomacy that you are randomly assigned. Oh, yeah. You do have to hit refresh on this. It doesn't auto refresh. So you are going to have to refresh your page periodically. See what happens if you get if you refresh. I'm wondering if Charlie is playing England. Because I'm wondering how do you play as France, or if someone's Germany. Okay. Refresh. Looks like so. Okay, so you're playing Austria. Oh, the Habsburgs. Okay, so we're kind of so the Austria and Germany, or Austria and Turkey have players on them. And then I'm playing France. Okay, well, that puts me in a pretty good position because I don't have this is why this is better with 7, but as a learning experience, this is why I don't have a player playing Germany or England. Okay, So I'm going to say submit orders. Okay, so we have, so this button over here says adjudicate spring. I was using that button quite a bit, but I think that's a game master force adjudication, and I don't want to do that because other people might not be finished. But I was hitting that button a lot yesterday, but I don't think I should have been, because now if I say edit game settings, we are on fast adjudication. Okay, we are on fast adjudication. So so fast adjudication said that it removes the ready to adjudicate checkbox, because if I'm submitted, then it should go, right? Michael says it should go automatically. I think we're testing this stuff out. Michael says I have a fleet in Ankh and 2 armies in Ankara and 2 in armies in Constantinople and Smyrna. Yes. So you should, since there's nobody playing Russia, it should be really easy for you to get the Black Sea. Sable says calling diplomacy a sport is very accurate assessment. It's got asymmetric starting positions, unlike chess, but all the mechanics are the same between players, and outcome is based on skill and being able to read the room and participate in other players' actions, much like poker. There's arguably even more bluffing involved than in poker. Yeah, and it seems to me more fun than chess because there is more stuff going on. There's more stuff that's happening in here than just chess. So that's why it seemed like more fun to me to watch, you know. Michael says Italy and Germany are obvious targets based on us playing as a team. Fleet is going to the Black Sea, and Constantinople is going for Bulgaria. Sounds pretty good to me. And then that sounds like pretty good opening moves. Charlie, were you able to figure out what was going on? So you click the unit, the territory with the unit you want to give an order to, and then click, if you just want them to move, click the space that they're moving into. If you're trying to support somebody or something like that, which you shouldn't have to do in this one, it's something else. But if you click where you want to move to and then hit submit orders, you will have it. Okay. Oh, Charlie, think I got it? Okay. Let's see what happens. I might get it. I might not know that it's updated. Let's see. Let me see what kind of emails I got. Okay, I got an email saying that my game has begun. Okay, now I just got it. Okay, I got another email that says that has been adjudicated. So I didn't touch anything. That has been adjudicated. It says find out how the orders turned out here, and emails me a link. What happens if I just refresh here? Okay, so then what if I go over to, let's see. Well, what if I click the link? Find out how the orders turned out here. Okay, so here we go. So this is what happened. So yes, Constantinople moved to Bulgaria. Budapest moved down to Serbia. The fleet in Trieste moved down to the Adriatic Ocean. Vienna held. I moved from Marseille to Gascony. I moved a fleet from Brest out to the mid-Atlantic Ocean. And then I moved the army in Paris up to Picardy. Okay, so then now this is fall 1901. Now this is fall, so this means if you're holding a supply center at the end of fall, you claim it. You don't claim supply centers at the end of spring. Okay, so I know what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to submit. The white dots are the supply centers. So that's what allows you to build an army. So you've got the white dots, and then you've got the squares. You've got circles and squares. The squares represent the home supply centers. Those are the ones that you can build on. So for Turkey, it's Ankara, Smyrna, and Constantinople. But if it's white, it's a supply center, which allows you to build an army or a unit. It could be an army or a fleet. But if you've got your number of units are determined by the number of supply centers you hold. Both. So square is home supply center. Square is home supply center. Because you can only build in home supply centers. So if you've got a situation where you could build because you've captured more supply centers, but there are units on all of your home supply centers, then you can't build. I think it would be fun to have a good community to play all kinds of games with, but also this. I was watching people say that because I don't care about like my global rankings on this or something like that. But some people are just play for points. The purpose of the game is to have fun and to help other people have fun. Okay, so Michael is going to Bulgaria to Romania, Constantinople to Bulgaria, and then holding the Black Sea against Russia. Oh yeah, because they didn't move. Because ordinarily it's a fight over the Black Sea between Russia and the Turks. That's what happened in spring. It also helps with that, like the commentating of the game being that this saves the state of every turn, which is what makes that possible, which is really neat. Charlie, you build units in the winter. So if you qualify for building, we will build them after this turn. And then there'll be a winter phase. We won't be able to move during the winter phase, but you'll conduct any retreats that need to be done, and then also build a unit in the winter. Sable says units are granted at the every end of every fall phase based on the number of supply centers you control. Well, you build, yeah. Well, yeah, and you can only build on your home territories. Okay, so fall 1901 just adjudicated. Okay, so what happened? So we got Vienna going over to Galatia, Adriatic going down to Apulia, holding in Serbia, while Turkey did its shuffle over here. I went down to Portugal, Spain, and then over to Belgium. So now it's winter, and you get your builds. Let's see. So I'm going to put a fleet in Brest, an army. Yeah, an army in no. I'm going to put a fleet in Marseille, and then an army in Paris. Of course, during the press, the press is basically the internal email system. Like I said, that keeps things anonymous, and you can message people. So if people are watching who haven't seen that before, sending press to other players is disabled currently. So that's right, because I can't send any correspondence during the winter. So according to standard diplomacy rules, you can't coordinate with players during retreat phases and during build phases, only during the movement phases. So right now I couldn't coordinate. I couldn't coordinate that. I couldn't, other players wouldn't know what I was building, or I would have to coordinate that at a different time. It also makes sense that you can't coordinate a retreat because, in the middle of a retreat, you can't send stuff back and forth. Khan, Arnk, and Smyrna can produce up to 2. Or did I not submit? Oh, no, that says I still update my orders. Okay, fleet going to Ankara and an army in Constantinople. Okay, so winter 1901 was just adjudicated. Army in Vienna, army in Budapest, army in Trieste. Oh no, the red. I was like, oh, red failed. Oh, so okay, so we too many build orders. So the build to Budapest succeeded. I guess that's part of it, allowing you to submit illegal orders. So you had one additional. So that's what in Austria here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 supply centers. So that means that you should only be able to have 4 total armies, or 4 total units. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, you couldn't build in Vienna and Trieste because you only hold 4 supply centers. So it took the build order for Budapest, and the others failed. So your number of units and your number of supply centers should match. They can get a little bit of out of whack because you don't have to build. For instance, some people will give up a build for alliance purposes. Let's see. Michael says, Austria. If you move toward Germany and Italy, I can hold Russia and Russia by heading toward Poland. All right, I'm going to submit my orders. Yeah. So I've kind of gotten into it. Charlie registers. You're like watching the public press here. Got it. On it now. I'm taking out England. I'm headed into you used the term convoluted yesterday. I mean, it would be much more fun. I mean, it will be much more fun when we actually are playing hidden and not, and everybody knows how to use the software and stuff, because it can be frustrating to because it will let you say, I want to move this army from Spain to Moscow. It'll completely let you enter that order, but then it'll tell you at the end, oh, that failed. So don't do that accidentally. There on the Backstabbr, there was somebody they were using this for some type of tournament during COVID. I don't know if it was created during COVID or not, but it was used for tournaments during COVID. And they're like, all right, here's how you use it to make sure that you're not making mistakes. Okay, so spring 1901 has now been adjudicated. No, spring 1902. 1902 has now been adjudicated. Oh, okay. So Austria tried to attack from Apulia into Naples, but that attack failed because that was one-on-one. So there was a fleet a fleet in Apulia against Naples fleet, but that failed because that's a one-on-one. So he's got to stay in Apulia. Likewise, Galatia went into Warsaw, but that failed because Galatia and Warsaw were tied. So in order to take those, you're going to have to support those attacks. So yeah, Charlie says I have to relearn the tactics for this game. I may be getting too aggressive for my britches. That's I mean, those were fine moves here, like to try to take those, but you couldn't take them because they were one-on-one. So if you wanted to take, let's see, where did you just move to try to take something new? So Greece worked because there's no army in Greece, so you just walked into Greece. You were 1-0. But if you want to take one with somebody sitting on it, you're going to have to use a support order. So somebody's going to have to move in, and then there's going to have to be somebody else adjacent to that to be able to support them into that. I'm going to show that over here. Let's return to fall. Okay, this is spring. So this is now fall. So like Greece, Austria did not take Greece yet. But it will at the end of fall if it stays there. Move Galatia to Budapest. Or if somebody wanted to take Warsaw, now you could coordinate on the capture of Warsaw, just as an example. One of you could decide you're moving into Warsaw, and then the other person would declare a support for that move into Warsaw. And then you would be 2-on-1 and you could take Warsaw. I am going to... I'm still going to press against the UK. So I want to get an army up to Michael says, I have a chain of mine through Eastern Europe to support Ukraine at Warsaw. Charlie says, I'm headed away from Warsaw into Italy and then on to Germany. All right. I want to get this army from Picardy into Wales. So I'm going to order the army. So in order to do that, I order the army in Picardy to move to Wales. Now, ordinarily that would fail, but I also have to order this fleet to convoy. So I'm going to click down here. And tell the fleet. See, I got it. I messed up with my clicking. So now I'm on fleet hold, but I've got fleet in the UK in English Channel will convoy Picardy to Wales. So now I've got fleet English Channel convoying Picardy to Wales. You see how that's written out. I can't just say fleet English Channel convoy Picardy. It won't work. It has to be to Wales. And then in conjunction with Picardy to Wales. I wish this fleet in the mid-Atlantic Ocean had more to do, but it does not. So we'll just move it up to the Irish Sea. I have got a fleet in. We'll just have it. I'm going to do a support move. Italy's not moving, so I don't have to worry about it. But I'm going to support from the Gulf of Leon the army from Marseille into the Piedmont. So that fleet is supporting because the fleet could move into the Piedmont, so it can support the army moving there. I've got a army in Holland, but it's going to stay. It's going to hold because I want to capture Holland. Submit orders. This is fall 1902. Yeah. Michael says, I'm supporting the Ukraine via Romania. And Bulgaria. Oh, so you're supporting Bulgaria to Romania to Ukraine. The Black Sea is attacking Sevastopol, and Armenia is supporting them. Yeah, that should dislodge. That would dislodge and destroy that fleet. Michael says, I totally have support down now. Yeah, because that will there's no place for that fleet in Sevastopol to retreat to. So if since Russia isn't playing any kind of character here, so we know Russia's just going to hold, or played by a player here. Russia's just going to hold. So the Black Sea going into Sevastopol and being supported in the attack by Armenia will defeat the fleet in Sevastopol, and there's no place for it to retreat to, so it'll be destroyed. Yeah. Well, we're not. Yeah, there's no AI here. This is just it's just a game, and there are rules in the game for when you're not playing with more than one player, and so they're not going to issue orders. So this is another reason why it's mainly practice when you're beating up on the NPCs. So they're only holding. Yeah, we haven't seen Germany make any kind of move. Italy hasn't made any kind of move, and Moscow and Russia hasn't. So it's only us moving around the board. Now you can play on the AI. The web diplomacy, not Backstabbr, but the web diplomacy has the AI. Now the disadvantage with the AI is that you can't communicate with anybody. So it's like always a game of gunboat because there's no communication. Oh, did I not submit mine? Okay, so there we go. Winter. So we get to build again. All right, what am I building? Okay, I'm going north. Submitted. So that was fall has been adjudicated. So this is winter build time. Now we're going into a spring. Spring, we don't spring you can't capture. Oh yeah, so okay, so that was fall, because you can always go back and look. If you click back, see exactly what happened here. Michael says my support. What happened? So Turkey says, okay. So what happened with Turkey? You got it at the Black Sea. Oh. Yes, yeah. So okay, so that didn't work. So what happened? The army in Bulgaria was ordered to support the Ukraine into Warsaw. The Bulgaria can't support an attack into Warsaw because the army in Bulgaria can't move into Warsaw. So that's what happened. So Galatia could have supported an attack into Warsaw, and Romania can't support an attack into Warsaw. I thought you were talking about just supporting each other. I thought you were ordering Bulgaria to support Romania, which that could happen into a hold. Romania could support the Ukraine, but in order to take Warsaw, you guys would have had to coordinate support. Ukraine could have moved into Warsaw, but then Galatia would have had to say, I support Ukraine into Warsaw. That's why your attack on Sevastopol did work, because both Armenia and the Black Sea could move into Sevastopol. And so that worked. So Black Sea moved into Sevastopol and was supported by the Armenian army. That completely worked. Okay, now, it looks like Italy, so Austria, failed to take Venice. If you want to take Venice, one of those armies should have supported the other. So the fleet so Michael asks, can Romania support Ukraine? Or must they be side by side when attacking Galatia? Or attacking like Galatia? Romania cannot support Ukraine in an attack on Warsaw. It could support Ukraine to hold, but it can't support Ukraine in an attack on Warsaw because Romania can't get into Warsaw. Now, if Ukraine had attacked Sevastopol, then Romania could aid in the attack on Sevastopol because Romania can get into Sevastopol. With Venice, what happened down here in Venice, we tried to move the fleet from Apulia, tried to move into Venice, and that failed because that's one-on-one. And then Trieste tried to move into Venice, but that failed because that was also one-on-one. So we needed a support order here. So, like, if you wanted to move the army into Venice, then Trieste should have moved into Venice, and then Apulia should have received a support order to move. The fleet in Apulia should have been fleet support Trieste into Venice. Then Venice would have been dislodged, and the army in Trieste would have captured Venice. It's better than the other one we were looking at. There's one other one. There's one other one that we haven't looked at. Yeah, I know. Let's see. That's always. And I was talking about online gameplay. There's two different steps. First is just learning how to play the game, and the second one is trying to figure out the UI. And the getting over the hurdles. That's why I was a big fan of playingcards.io, because it's the same UI every time. But playing this game, having the computer adjudicate the turns is so fantastic. So now it's winter. Of course, when I was watching them commentate and they're looking at this, like, everybody goes, got it. Good morning, RPG Exile. Charlie says, I'm not sure how to support to invade. Okay, so did somebody, Austria and Turkey, looks like they're builds that need to be done in the winter, but I'll show you. So it would be like, you would click, if you want to attack Venice, you would click, and you want to attack from Trieste, click Trieste and move it to Venice, just like you did. But then you'll need to click Apulia, the fleet in Apulia, click support down here at the bottom. I'll take this off. Click the support. You would click Trieste moves to Venice. Then you would click Apulia supports Trieste into Venice. Okay, winter was just adjudicated. Okay, so let's see if we can get Venice taken from Trieste. So Trieste should move to Venice, and then Apulia should support Trieste into Venice. In fact, it's very similar to. I'm going to take London. I'm going to show you how I take London. So you'll see this order. I want to take London with. I want to take London from the English Channel. So in order to do that, I'm going to click my fleet. I'm going to move my fleet to London. So I've issued the order in the English Channel. Fleet in English Channel moves to London. Now that will fail because that's one-on-one. So I've got to support it. So I'm going to click Wales, and it takes 3 clicks or 3 different parts to the order. Wales, I just clicked. Wales will support the English Channel into London. Now that'll work. So if you look over here, if you can see it, it says fleet moves from English Channel to London. Army in Wales supports English Channel to London. All right, I'm submitted. Cold coffee. Michael says, okay, I'm moving Romania to Galicia for next turn. If Austria doesn't move out, we have a friendly fire situation. I'm moving Romania to Galicia for next turn. So if Austria doesn't vacate Galicia, then you'll bounce. Yeah, because you'll be one-on-one. Unless it's supported. Okay, spring has been adjudicated. Now we move into the fall. So, okay, let's see. Austria, Apulia supports. Oh, well, we didn't get it. We didn't quite get it. We're backwards. So the army from Trieste moved into Venice. So that's correct. But the attack strength was not greater than the defense strength, and that's because Apulia supported Venice in a move against Trieste. So the order was backwards. It says, I think so. Right. So Galicia did move out, and so Romania moved up to Galicia. But the fleet in Apulia accidentally supported the Italians in Venice in an attack against Trieste, which the Venetians didn't make. But that's what happened there. England, I took that fleet in London. Army in Piedmont, just hold. Army in Holland, hold. I'm still trying to dismantle the UK here. I'm going to have to go in just a couple minutes. Michael says, okay, I'm using Galatia to attack. Let's see if we can, I'm going to submit my orders. Let's see if we can get Venice this time. We're using Galatia to attack Warsaw, and Ukraine will support. Okay, let's see if we can get both Venice and Warsaw this time. And I should also take Liverpool. Michael's submitted. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. All right. So we are adjudicated. Oh, okay. Wait, what happened? Okay, we did get Warsaw. Okay, so Warsaw, that worked. So we got that working with Austria. I mean, no, with Turkey, because Galatia moved into Warsaw, and that succeeded because it was supported by Ukraine. Ukraine supports Galatia into Warsaw. So what happened? So what happened with Austria? So an army. Okay, no, an army. Okay, Venice. Venice moved to Tyrolia. But what happened over here? So our tier army, our army into Venice failed because it did not have sufficient attack strength to take Venice. I could support you, but it's let's figure it. So what happened? What happened to our fleet in Apulia? Oh, our fleet in Apulia supported the army in Venice. So the fleet in Apulia needed to support Trieste into Venice. There are three different things that need to happen. So the fleet in Apulia supported Venice. That meant that you were actually supporting the Italians. If you're over here, take a look at Michael's attack into Warsaw, because he moved from Ukraine. Army from Ukraine. No, army from Galatia moved into Warsaw. But then the support was an army from Ukraine supports Galatia's attack on Warsaw. We got winter builds. Yeah, it's going to take 3 clicks. You have to click Apulia. If you want to support Trieste into Venice, you would click Apulia supports Trieste, Venice. Let's see if we can get it. Then I'm going to have to go. Let's play one more turn. and see if we can get Venice taken. Oh, Austria has Turkey's got 3 builds and Austria has 2 disbands. Oh, because Turkey was coming in after him. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Turkey took Budapest and Serbia. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. This is winter. Okay, so there we go. Let's try one more time. All right, one more time. Then I'm gonna have to go and I'm gonna have to call it. But let's see. So, Apulia got disbanded. Okay, you could still take Venice. Let's see if you can take Venice from Tyrolia, or from Trieste into Venice, but have Tyrolia support Trieste into Venice. This can take 3 clicks or 3 different clicks on territories. 4 clicks really when you click the support button. Tyrolia support Trieste Venice. I'm going to do the same thing. Let's see. I'm going to need to do something with the support. To take something. Army in Holland going to hold. Hold. Okay, I'm submitted. So if we're still trying to take it with Trieste, Trieste moves into Venice, but Tyrolia support Trieste, Venice. Well, this is all learning anyway. Okay, let's see if we got it right with this adjudication. Okay, we got it. Got it. So Austria moved army from Bohemia to Venice, to Vienna. Trieste moved to Venice and succeeded, and that's because the army in Tyrolia supported Trieste's move into Venice. That's it. There we go. So that destroyed the Venetian army. That was it. Italy couldn't hold. Russia had to disband. An attack from the Black Sea. A move from the Black Sea into Constantinople failed because you bounced yourself right there. No harm done, but that's it. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, so we got it. So that's how you get that done. So I'm glad we had these learning experiences because they're trying to figure out the rules and then how to execute that with the supports and all of that. That's the complicated part, but I think a lot of fun. Okay, guys, I have got to get out of here, so I'm see if I can just call this game. I have had so much fun again. We'll put together some way to play an actual game. Yeah, I'm gonna say end game and draw because I've got to get out of here. I've got actually something I've got to go and do. So I've loved it, guys. Thank you so much for playing. Please do like, subscribe. If you want to play, I'm going to put the RavenCon link right here. So if you want to play when we actually set up a game, we'll add this in here. Please click right there, sign up there. I'll add diplomacy to the list of things to play. I think we'll have a good time. And this one's funny because we can actually play it asynchronously and it'll work. I love it. Okay. Everybody, please have a good day. See you tonight. See you tonight for Table Talk, 7 o'clock p.m. to talk about action and myth. But everybody have a wonderful day. Go forth, be creative, be constructive, and grind on. Later.